right? You feel me? Again, there's right, like there's a queue, meaning everything that we post, we don't even create it, right? All we do is tag ourselves.
Hey man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on. This is a crazy situation. We got to talk about basically No Jumper, the podcast getting pulled up on by American Cholo and over 50 Sureños.
Hey, Bozo and American Cholo wanted to holler at you real quick. Hey, how you doing, brother? So look,
This man basically pulls up on them lacking. Adam, nowhere to be found. POETIK FLAKKO is afraid for his life. And guess who are the people that hold it down? Compton, AD, and Duno. Of course, we got to get into this crazy situation and basically the backlash of what happened from No Jumper basically posting a doctored, fucked up, edited clip of this guy, American Cholo, basically saying a bunch of profanities about black people and stuff. But when we really get to the bottom of it, man, you'll see that it was all kind of just a finesse move by No Jumper, and they pulled up and they settled it and shit. But we gonna get right into it. It's a crazy situation, man, so let's go. But before we do, I'm gonna need you all to like, comment, subscribe, and we're gonna run this up. So man, this is like the side of the internet that I feel like is ultimately what can happen and what could go wrong when you play around on the internet and you just think that this shit is a game. Because when the internet and the street stuff comes together and it becomes, the streets become the internet and that sort of thing happens, and it happens sometimes, a lot of bad shit happens, like especially in LA, especially when the situation that we live in, and in this type of situation, it's always going to be something bad. So basically, if y'all haven't seen, so this all started because Tyga, and basically Tyga, he did a song called Ay Caramba, right? And then long story short, it was basically offensive to the Mexican community. Everyone agreed on that. Tyga went on LA Leakers radio station and basically apologized, and American Cholo basically accepted his apology, and then that was that. That's what we thought. So then fast forward 2 days later, basically No Jumper posts a video of American Cholo saying a bunch of racial slurs. But the video, I honestly never really thought anything of it because it was weird. Like the part he says the N-word, and when he says the N-word, there's no context behind it. And they posted the first video. They posted two separate videos. In the first video, he basically is repeatedly saying ghetto coon, calling some dude a coon. And we don't know what the whole context, the full context of that, but that one seems a little bit more worse. The second one, he's saying the N-word with the hard R, but it's so doctored that there's nothing in it. Like, it's just repeatedly saying like that's it. That's the only video. So out of context, I guess it looks bad, but then if you really use your head, I mean, like, I don't really understand like why they posted the clips in that way. Like, it's obviously something malicious with it. So basically, I guess because of those videos, like there was a lot of backlash that they had received, and especially in LA, it's not good for that type of shit because you're gonna cause a whole unintended like battle and stuff and fight amongst different people. Like it's not a good thing to do. But basically, the crazy thing about it, I didn't even realize that it was like so doctored and the backstory behind it, because I was actually on YouTube, shout out Milk74, because he actually posted a reaction on it, and then it made me wonder, like, damn, like he's right. Like they really fucked up and edited the clip so badly to make the dude American Cholo look terrible. And in reality, what he was saying was not really, he was talking about a story of someone that he knew who was racist, at least for the second video. The first video, I don't know the context. It could have been bad, but like it sounded like he was kind of talking not in his point of view. So it's like, without knowing the full context of the situation, it's really bad. But the fact that they knew that the full context of the situation would clear him up, and the way that they posted it was super fucked up, and that's why they pulled up on them. And in this situation, I totally agree that they pulled up on him. And Adam and POETIK FLAKKO, who POETIK FLAKKO was the one that posted it, he was the one that credited for breaking the story. He basically got ran out. He didn't pull up to the No Jumper studio, and it's a whole crazy situation, man. Like, honestly, I'm honestly like not surprised and surprised at the same time, you know. Like, I honestly feel that it was really deserved by No Jumper, that they deserved this heat. And if it weren't for AD and Duno, and basically AD mediating the whole situation and coming the way that he did, this situation could have been a lot worse. But I feel like this is just an example of how No Jumper, they just got caught red-handed in how they instigate beef in the streets and cause this shit just for like YouTube views, which is crazy. And it's one thing, I'm like a channel too, and I know that type of shit. Like, it's not always on purpose, because it's like you're in a rush, you're trying to break the story first, and sometimes you have to wait, especially as a big, like, the smaller the platform you are, the more you can get away with those type of mistakes. But when you're a big platform like No Jumper, which is one of the biggest news platforms there is, you have very small room for error. You better get your shit right, or else you're just reporting false news. And if you're spreading fake information and shit, that could really get you fucked up. But it's not always their fault, because it's not like they came up with the information. If they're breaking the news themselves, then that's their fault. But if it's like they're getting it from another source and they're just the first ones to post it, really, and they were perpetuating it, it's different. But in this case and scenario, I guess Flakko was the first person to post it, so that's exactly what happened. But basically, Flakko went on his stream and basically described the situation, and he sounded like he was totally lying and not really giving any responsibility, saying he posted it but he wasn't the one that got it. But it's like, bruh, you're the reporter person there, you're the person that has all the leads and shit. If you were to post that situation, you should obviously know that it's ultimately you that it's gonna come to when people are wondering what the fuck is going on. So it's like, you can't just like deny that. Obviously, don't tag yourself in it if you feel that type of way, if it could go either way. I have a feeling that they just thought that this shit would go viral, and they didn't think anything would happen. Even though it's not like, if this dude was not in LA, then nothing would probably happen. But if he's in LA and they know where the No Jumper studio is and they pulled up hella deep, man, it's all their fault. Like, honestly, like, if it comes out that the Ghetto Coon shit was some racist shit, then I might think differently. But still, the way that they doctored the clip on the second one is super fucked up. Like, it's not even like the Joe Rogan shit where Joe Rogan was actually saying it. Like, he was referring, obviously he didn't have to say the full word, but I guess he was just explaining the whole story. But like, I just feel like even the way that they went about it, like, it's just totally messy and shit, and it's just gonna result in beef. So it's just pretty crazy that this situation escalated like it did, man. We gonna get right into it, and I appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You already know what the fuck's going on. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about the situation. If No Jumper is at fault or American Cholo is at fault, let me know what y'all think, man. Real say shit. You already know what's going on. Peace.